Anas, I'm a third year student at the University of Westminster, and this is my work. So I've decided to write a letter to myself from the law, in every sense of the word basically. And I've used 4 topics: excitement, confusion, fear, and anger. The globe basically represents how the law is universal, how it works in some parts of the world, how it's struggling in other parts of the world, and yeah, you can look at it and it hasn't really succeeded everywhere in the world due to the corruption and injustice. The main inspiration I'd say is I wanted to make something that was personal to me, and I wanted to make it related to law. So yeah, I just titled it From the Law to Anas. First we've got excitement. This talks about my excitement of nearly about graduating uni. Got about 3 months left, and it's about basically closing the education chapter and opening the career chapter, and just about keeping my discipline basically. Confusion at looking at the law and how the law basically favours those with integrity and those who command integrity from themselves and from others, and the protection that the law offers. Fear. So it's basically the law asking me, why am I fearful? What have I got to worry about? And where have people with fears and have they ever gone anywhere in life? And then anger. Anger is basically me saying I can't handle the pressure and I have to overcome great obstacles to achieve my ambitions. And I spoke a little bit about how Nelson Mandela had to serve time in prison to achieve his goals, and how I have to make a sacrifice as well to achieve my goals as well.
Hi, my name is Ty, and I decided to compose a musical piece. I composed it online, and then I printed it out on this blanket. I'm actually from the Bahamas, so obviously moving from the Bahamas to London, the big change was like the weather. It's very warm in the Bahamas and it's freezing over here. So I thought a blanket would be appropriate. I've always been really interested in music. The first line of music is the piano, so that was pretty easy to do. But yeah, I just used my piano to input the notes for all of the instruments. It's called a piano concerto, which is a piano accompanied by other orchestral instruments. And the first movement is called New Beginnings. And it's basically just it's just showing my transition from moving to the Bahamas to being in the United Kingdom in London. And then it moves on to the second movement that basically shows me adjusting to being in the United Kingdom and living in London and getting adjusted to the new learning techniques from the teachers and from the university. And then the final movement is called Maturity, and it's talking about how much I've grown throughout these last 3 years and the optimism I have for the future.
Hi, I'm Venus. I'm a final year law student, and this is my artefacts, or my submission for my graduate journey. It's a A3 poster. So I made it digitally on my PC that I built as well. And I used a little drawing tablet called a Wacom. It represents what different things a law degree has brought to me. So, there's like a lot going on. That's exactly what a law degree has given me, a lot of work, a lot of resilience from there too, or at least the mind of a law student over the past 3 years has been drilled into me. Yeah, it's given me as much pain as much success equally. And even with the degree, I'm gonna take it with me in the future for whatever career paths I want, and they might not even include law. Again, it's that whole emphasis. You don't know what's going on, but that's the point. Like, you can't guarantee that everything will go the way you planned. Or at least I wish I could tell that to first year me. There's so many opportunities that a law degree will give you.
Hi guys, welcome to my graduate journey. So what I did here is I made some homemade jelly beans and these little sweets. Essentially what I did is based off the Bean Boozled challenge here. We have different emotions for different jelly beans. So the red ones mean love or hate. It essentially links into my graduate journey. how it's been a roller coaster of emotions. Just to give back to everyone who came to the fair, I've done free candy for everyone, so these little gift bags. As long as they subscribe to my channel, if you can subscribe, that would help a lot, guys. So all of the candies are handmade. I'm not going to give them to anyone because I don't want to risk them getting anything. So essentially, it's more based on my years at university. So how I started off was COVID. So we have the green ones, which are health and COVID. It's like the probability of catching COVID or having good health.
My name's Mia. I'm studying law. I'm in year 3 and I'm on the M-Law course, so hopefully I'll be doing my Masters next year. I done for my final project a lino print of different places that I've worked and studied, or not really, well, school. And then just done kind of a collage at the end of everything together. I put a little like fox garden in because it kind of represents my home. And I've got Peckham Rye on there, Tobacco Dock, Shoreditch Fire Station, I live right by that, it's quite loud. And like Lady Justice in the middle was the kind of legal point. It was a process that took a little while, but I enjoyed doing it. I'd done it late at night and kind of at the end of a busy day, took time to reflect on it. Little ones are, so this is Titchfield, Hills Road, which was school. The Fox, my bike, I love my bike, I go out on my bike a lot. Tobacco Dock, I work there. We've got the fire station, a little bit of green, and then Peckham. Worked in Peckham for a while, I absolutely love Peckham. And I take inspiration from Nick Hayes' illustrations in the Book of Trespass. I loved them. As soon as I saw this book, I wanted to do a lino print, and then thought my graduate journey would be a great place to do it.
Hi, I'm Regina and I made an ID card. It says special student with a bunch of numbers, and it's supposed to convey the oxymoronic feeling between wanting to be a special student and wanting to stand out and wanting to, be the best and to make your mark. But also we have the same aspirations and sometimes the same credentials and experience. So that's basically what it's about, and when students walk past they can sort of look into the mirror and see themselves. So the main theme is student mental health, and I just wanted to make a piece about how we as students can feel a lot of pressure to be special and to do well, and that can sometimes lead to feelings of anxiety or depression. So yeah, I just wanted to make a piece about mental health and let students know that they aren't alone, and that it's important to talk to people. It's because we all have an ID card, so I thought it's a good way to convey a feeling we all feel with something that we all have as students, which is an ID card. So yeah, that was the main inspiration. So it's connected to the concept of law because it's about the competitiveness of the legal industry and how it is difficult to feel special when there's so many of us, we all have the same qualifications and credentials, and law is a very competitive industry to get into and to succeed in. So that was the main link there to the legal industry.
This is a project rather than a module. It's a work of love, not just by us, but by the students, by everyone who participates in this. This is a combination of thinking about law as art, thinking about law as creativity, trying to put different things together, allowing our emotions to take form and somehow converse with concepts of justice, concepts of law. It's pretty much our brand in a sense. It is unique globally. No other law school has a final year degree show.
We've been celebrating our unique module, My Graduate Journey, today, which is always a real pleasure and a moving experience. This year's been particularly moving because the students who've been showing their work have been the ones who've been most impacted by COVID, and we saw a lot of their artistic expression came out in really small, intimate projects, miniature objects, poetry, introspective, artistic works. I think we're looking at cohorts of students who've really suffered, but also have found within themselves kind of miniature versions of strength, and I think this is going to make them great lawyers and great professionals and great artists.
This time also thinking about the fact that a lot of the students did their degree during COVID, and not just COVID, also what happens after COVID, or when COVID is not taking as seriously, or when we have to move forward in some way. So when you walk through this room, you see emotions, you see anxiety, you see excitement, you see what creativity was doing all along while they were studying law, while they were thinking about the future, worrying. It's just incredible. It's no way to put this into words. And thinking about the fact that this is a law school, and law is very creative, for better or worse. It's really incredible to give this space and to be in that space, to see what it can do and what all these students do constantly when they put it into words or when they write their exams. So I think it's just, as I said, my words are kind of